Hello once again, everyone. I'm joining today with my colleague Mohit to talk about the integration between Salesforce and SAP S/4HANA and how you can accelerate the whole implementation using the standard integration content, which we will talk about, explain, and also do a short demo on it. Today, me and my first about myself and Mohit. So we have extensive experience in integration domain. We have been working for almost a decade in SAP integration domain. So Mohit, if you go to the next slide. Talking about our company, Rojo Integrations, so we have been active in the SAP space for almost 1.5 decade, and we have been partners with SAP from the very beginning. And this partnership is not just about the consultancy; it's also extended to the part of innovation, meaning we have been developing adapters for SAP, and this knowledge of adapters is also extended towards the integration content, meaning we are developing the end-to-end integration processes which help companies or enterprises integrate their sales applications, CRM applications with their ERP applications. And this is something which we will also demo today. Our knowledge is not limited till SAP, so we are also working with other technologies, and that's why our partnership is also extended to beyond SAP. And if we talk about our offering high level, we, as explained, we are partnership with SAP, so we are doing consultancy around that. We have softwares which is embedded as a part of SAP Solutions Integration Suite, and we are also supporting our customers 24/7. So this is our 360 integration portfolio, and on top of it, because of all this knowledge which we have in integration domain, we are also offering agentic AI services on top of integration suite, which helps companies transform their DevOps process in integration lifecycle. And we are actively working on this area with many customers, and something we will also talk about in the end of the presentation. But for topic for today is a integration of Salesforce with SAP S/4HANA, and this is where my colleague Mohit will explain how this works, what exactly it means, and what we can take out of this session. So over to you, Mohit. Thank you.
Thanks, Ankit. Hi, everyone. My name is Mohit. So today, the topic of discussion is order to cash process with SAP and Salesforce. So obvious reasons why SAP and Salesforce. SAP is the biggest ERP and Salesforce is the widely used, most used CRM product. Okay, so first we'll go with the what is O2C, order to cash, as a business process. Not talking about the source and target or SAP or Salesforce, just a business process. So it starts with customer creation, and you can see it goes with a product, and then then the main part comes when the order gets placed and it got confirmed, and then goods are issued, and the post good issues, and then delivery is created, and then invoicing, billing part of it, and then the payment is received, and finally when the payment is reconciled, then the orders get closed. So this is the complete order to cash process. We can relate it uh, like ordering something on the online shopping like Amazon and Flipkart. So every sale and purchase process has to go through this process. Rather, it is part of any organization. We'll go ahead, and yeah. So now you can see a bit three-layered uh, diagram here, which is talking about what each system is doing in this package or in this overall solution. So you can see SAP uh, being highlighted as the core process, core system, which is always be a master system, or you can say always be a source of truth system. So every core process will be part of SAP system, and it will remain as it is in our solution. The middle one is the integration layer where we are putting our expertise, and on top of it, we have Salesforce, which is we are considering it as a CRM system. So you can see which process is happening where, like sales order generation, outbound delivery, post goods issue, and customer invoice and billing, payment processing is all going to be part of SAP uh, as per this solution. And uh, what will happen with the Salesforce is that whatever the processes which are on the customer side, like sales order creation, and then mostly it will be updates what happened to the order, like we do in the online shopping. We order it, and then we get the status. Where is the order? What is the order? Is it dispatched? And invoicing status. And finally, it gets delivered. So we all can see the order gets completed. So yeah, it's almost same. We'll move ahead. Yeah. So it is an extended version of what we have looked into the previous slide, a bit more technical here. You can see which process is but is handled in which system. Like SAP has a master data. As I mentioned, it is always going to be the system of truth for this solution. So master data will be in the SAP, but since we are creating an order in Salesforce, we have to sync those details like product, material, and then pricing conditions, and then exchange rates. So all these things will have to be synced, but your source of truth will always be SAP system. So once these master data will be in Salesforce when it got synced, our process will start when we have a order creation. So for when the order is created in Salesforce, it has to be reflect back into the SAP, because the ultimate target of this whole solution is to keep this both the systems in sync. Uh, so when the order is created in Salesforce, it gets synced to the SAP system, and I'll show you next. Yeah. So if you see the down, the whole process is listed here, which I have explained in the O2C slide also. So like once the order is created, a delivery is created and the PGI is issued. So all these processes will always be in SAP. Only the status will have to be reflect back to the Salesforce, because we don't uh, the ideal solution is the the core part should not be changed in the Salesforce. So only status gets updated back to the Salesforce. So once the order is received in SAP, all these processes will be handled by the user in SAP, and only the status will get reflected back to the Salesforce. So you can see the invoice data, invoice master data, and invoice status is getting reflected back to the Salesforce. And yeah, you can see what integration layer is doing here, which is our CPI, and it is transforming the messages. It is handling the real time receive and sending and receiving of data from the end systems, and also on top of it, we are offering a secured transformation and secured connectivity. On top of it, we have a monitoring layer and a robust error handling and retry mechanism. So, so complete package, you can see the iFlows as part of this package, which is handling what I have explained: sales order creation, sales order confirmation, outbound delivery, PGI, invoice billing, and final order status. On top of it, we have added functionality like product availability, exchange rate. These are the core processes which has to be part of order to cash, and master data sync, which is most important part of it, without which our order to cash cannot even initiate. So I'll give you a brief why this solution is very important. Imagine a customer, imagine an organization where a sales representative is in the market, and um, he or she will be interacting with the client. But imagine if some inquiry is there, and what is the quantity available in the system right now? I wanted to order a 50 product. Is it available? And imagine if this integration is not there, uh, the sales representative doesn't have the exact visibility what is there in the system right now. So there is a disconnect with the what is required and what is available in the system. So exactly this problem that the solution is targeting, where we are trying to sync our ERP system with the Salesforce or the CRM system. I'll move ahead. So, what are the key features from this with this offering? Is that our master data replication, which is very important. Uh, all the status, delivery status, and billing status. So, what happens to my order? Is it delivered? Is it shipped? What happens to the billing? What happens to the invoice? Is all uh, will be synced as part of this offering. And obviously real time error and exception handling, uh, obviously a secured and secured connectivity end to end. And so those who belong to order to cash or sales module will understand what is sales area. So that's a core process in SAP as far as order to cash process is concerned, because everything is circled around a sales area. So whether it is a product or whether it is a business partner, whether it is a pricing, and whether it is exchange rate. So all these are circled around a sales area management. So we have handled that also, because SAP Salesforce doesn't has a sales area management or sales area concept, while SAP is strongly built around a sales area as far as order to cash or sales process is concerned. So we have handled that also. And automated order creation, a real-time order creation. Whenever a customer creates an order, it will real-time reflect back to the SAP system, and hence the other processes will show the status. And also overall visibility of the order to cash, as far as one order is concerned. A customer can see the complete status from ordering till delivery and then invoices. So these are the key features which we are offering as part of this solution.
Yeah. And
Now
Mohit, uh,
yeah,
just to pitch in, before we go to the demo, I think it's also good to understand that these key features and the coverage which we have in the functionality of scenarios and the master data, we are aware that there will be scenario, and not every order to cash process is same. So every enterprise has their own flavor of order to cash process, their own version of order to cash process. So at the base it could be same, but they will be different. So we do delivery in a different way, we do shipment in a different way, do we partial delivery, we do partial
true.
shipments, right? The status are handled in a different way, invoicing is done partial, and then how do we close those invoices is done differently. And what we have done when we were building the scenarios, we have tried to cover those functionality with variations as much as possible, but considering the fact that everything cannot be packaged in one solution, we do work with customers when it is adopted to change the behavior of those interfaces according to the process which is there in that enterprise. So this can be done totally, and but the base is already there. So Mohit, if we go a slide back just to add more context in the previous one here, if you see on the right side, we have listed the different scenarios we have covered, right? And it looks here with just certain number of lists, but it is much more than that. What does it mean? It means for when I talk about sales order, it's not just sales order replication from Salesforce to SAP. It's also the changes which are coming, the bi-directional replication. So if you do something in SAP, because many customers say, hey, it's good that you replicate sales order from Salesforce to SAP, but we also have a scenario where someone can do a change in SAP system in the sales order. Then that bi-directional flow has to also work, which we have covered. If we talk about master data, it's not just material master and customer master. It's also about the exchange rates. It's also about the cost center which is needed. So all those scenarios have been covered in the in the scenario. And this also comes from the fact that we just don't do order cash. We also have developed procure to pay scenarios. We have also developed integration with other CRM systems where we have similar kind of interfaces. So all that experience is also embedded in this integration content, just to give you an idea. So if you are interested in knowing exact details of which scenario do we cover, and it matches with your requirement or not, feel free to contact us. That is something we can help you show a coverage of scenarios based on your requirement and what we already cover. And in what we have seen from our experience, in most cases, we are easily able to cover 70 to 80% of scenarios out of the box functionality, and the rest we can easily adapt or team can adapt for you. So that's what I wanted to add more with the, yeah, I think
Ankit, yeah.
feel free to continue. Yes.
Yeah. Now we go to the demo part of today's session. So we already have an existing example which I wanted to show. So if you can see, this is the Salesforce screen, and we have an order here created in Salesforce, which is you can see 2488 already in the Salesforce system. And by the way, this the background details of it, like product and the material, is already synced to it, already part of interface flow, and those got synced up within the systems, among the systems. And you can see this is S4HANA screen, and we can see that this order is here, and you can see the reference of this SAP sales order number is mentioned in the Salesforce, which is 55. 2488 is Salesforce order number, and it is referencing to the 55 order number of S4 HANA. And now we will, with this demo, will show you the how we can update the things, and it will get reflect back to the SAP system. And yeah, so here existing product is already mentioned, which is yeah, we can see this. The order screen is get open. Yeah, you can see the material TG11, which is currently is having a quantity 8. This is a Salesforce screen. Now we are to show the updates. You can feel those updates in the system. We have changed the quantity to 10, and you can see one product record is updated. This is the CPI screen where you can see the iFlow gets completed. I'll just refresh this. You can see uh, in few seconds. Yes, the completed message. When so iFlow has picked up that change and consumed the message and delivered it to SAP. We will just see the the product quantity in the order should get changed from 8 to 10. We'll just reopen that order again. And yes, yeah. So you can see the things get changed here. So there is a of uh, lot to it apart from this order changes, because we have in a short demo we cannot in the interest of time we cannot show like product sync and then everything in one go. So we have listed this short demo which is showcasing how change in the existing order is get reflected back to SAP. Yeah. So uh, similar to this, we have past experience with one of our customers, uh, which is from a car manufacturing background and a car manufacturing business, where a customer has onboarded Coupa, uh, and they wanted to adopt the our package for the procure to pay. As Ankit mentioned, we have a wide offering apart from order to cash. We have procure to pay also. So the real challenge with the customer is that they wanted to go live in a short span of 4 months, and then they were struggling with the resource availability and then the timelines, because if we start this integration it's not just about a CPI team or integration team. It has to be with the functional team. It has to be SAP team, their technical team. So we have already this content. So we have fast tracked their development phase, which is just a 4 weeks, and then we adopted their landscape. We understood their landscape, and then, as Ankit mentioned, we this content is like flexible, and we can always go and talk to the customer. What are their requirements? What are the existing processes they are following up? Because order to cash or procure to pay vary customer to customer, because some customer wants certain steps in their approval, in their next process to go, and then it depends, and then we have to customize these flows based on the requirements. So we delivered that project, and we were able to uh, help the customers within a short span of time, and they were live within 4 weeks. And what we achieved is that seamless integration and real-time data flows, which is, I think, the biggest pain point which these packages solve. And then the full control and visibility, and obviously customer more customer centric, or the real-time visibility of the things rather than doing the manual things on this stuff. Okay, so going back, yeah. So as we discussed, what are the advantages that customer got, but we wanted to understand what actually happened if this project of or this solution is not there. So you can see everyone will be part of that integration project, and then it will be a requirement gathering part, and then understanding the technicalities of the system, and then designing and development of the integration flows, and then there are mapping between the systems. So that phase is like up and down always, and it takes time. So what happens if that if with this package, what we are solving is that we are reducing the development time and eventually go live time of an organization, because the things are ready. Maybe not 100%, but yeah, 80% we are ready. It's just that we need to understand the customer's requirement, the processes, and our team can help you with the customization and help you to go live within few weeks. Okay. And what are the business advantages we are getting out of it? But before that, what is the solution? What is this solution altogether provides? Is that pre-built iFlows with you can see that account, order, invoice, delivery, and many more. Uh, and then we have a fully tested Salesforce adapter, which is best matched when we are using a Salesforce on the receiving side or on the CRM side. And error handling capabilities, which is robust, and a documentation and a guide on how to do things, how to deploy things, and obviously we can help you with the deployments, guides, and certain customizations as per the process. And what is the business benefits which the organization is getting? Certainly, as we have seen in the previous slide, that the go live time or the deployment time get reduced drastically, and a real time sync between the customer or the sales representative and what is in the our ERP system, whether it is a pricing, availability of the products, and and the delivery of the product and timing. All these things are real time sync, and to set up all these things from scratch, it requires cost, whether it is a resource cost or it's a licensing or other other hidden cost also. So we have reduced those development efforts for an organization. It is just almost a plug and play feature for an organization. And also it's an upgrade safe. So as we have created version 1, any extra feature which is we wanted to embed, we know what is the existing running on the landscape, and we know whether it will break or no. So it's always an upgrade safe for the organization when there is a version 2 for this product. And yeah, so we have a tool which can help uh, everyone to understand what is this, what are we saving with this package. So anyone can go to our website and feel free to use this calculator. It's a ROI calculator, we can say. We just have to select what SaaS platform we are integrating with and what are the scenarios. So you can see all the scenarios listed here. If I will select all, let's see what comes out. Yeah. So as I said, uh, r- drastic reduction in the delivery time. You can see the difference. You can feel the difference, and I think this is a this is huge saving based on the timing. We are saving 41 weeks and optimized cost also. So it is 126k euros we are saving with this solution, because to build from a scratch, it has a cost. Now you are having 80% a plug and play. So definitely a cost factor will be there. Yeah. I'll hand over to Ankit for summary. Ankit, over to you.
Yes, Mohit, I think looking at time also, I will keep it high level because I see there was also one question in the Q&A. So I would also like to take care of it. So as a summary, what this solution or integration content is about, it's about a pre-packaged set of interfaces which you can use from day one. It covers master data, it covers transactional data in both the directions, and it can be further extended. And I think there is also one question which I will explain that how the extension part works and what is our role in that. The important part is that this solution is following the standard which SAP recommends. So this is built with all those best practices. It is real time in nature. It can be extended for your event driven patterns. It can be extended for if you want to support, add a layer of AI interaction. That is also something which we are working with customers. That is also a possibility. And it is, as Mohit said, covers a big portion, a percentage of your scenarios already from day one. So that would be the summary. And I think, Saskia, there is already a question which I see in the chat, and maybe I can take that one already. Hmm. So the one question is from Trigger Point. So we have triggers. So in Salesforce, we already have events which can be configured to be sent um, to the downstream system, and we are using this with the help of our Salesforce PubSub adapter, which is also built via us and is available for everyone in SAP ecosystem to be used via SAP Integration Suite. So we are using for certain set of scenarios SAP Salesforce PubSub adapter. So it is via event and many and places where we have to do a mass replication or we have to do a bulk replication. There we have to use accordingly that pattern. So answer is that we are using events, PubSub events, and when it comes to event mesh, we also have the possibility to decouple the integrations with the help of event mesh so that you can use the capability of your event broker, be it advanced event mesh, be it event mesh, or even for that matter, if you're using Kafka. The solution it is designed in such a way that you can decouple the sender and receiver in your middleware application to introduce this. And I think there was also one more question which I saw, that if this can be extended and how does the extension part works. So I think we explained this partially, that definitely there will be possibility of extensions. We have thought about it and we have already worked with multiple customers on that level. And how does it work? If I have to answer that, there are different possibilities. If you already have a team, we can deliver the package to you and help your team implement it. Or we can also take the whole load on us to deliver the package, extend the solution according to your requirement, bring it to production, do the hypercare for you also. So there are different possibilities depending upon the requirement, and it can be worked upon. And we have worked with customers with different set of combinations here. And also, it's not just about delivery of the solution. So what we do also is we keep updating our package, meaning if there's a new release in Salesforce, right? If there's a new release in SAP, we know that the kind of pain we have to take, then we have to extend our solution, keep maintaining our interfaces as we go along. And that is something we know because we keep updating our adapters also, which is needed. And we also update our content as we go along with all these releases. So that's how the extension part and the update part works. I think looking at time, I will keep it till here. If you have any other question, feel free to reach out to us. Mohit, if we go to the next slide. You can book an assessment with us with no commitments, and this is something we will walk you to understand your requirement, discuss what is exactly needed, and map it with the solution for Salesforce. So this was about the integration between Salesforce and SAP S/4HANA and how we can do it in an accelerated way using the standard integration content, which is one of the offering of our integration content from many, as also explained by Mohit in our website. You can explore more of those options. And for today, I will thanks everyone who spared the time to join this webinar. Hope it was useful for you. And if you have any question, feel free to reach out to us.